an 11-11 Leonardo is something great. So I'll definitely do this. I will attack with that. I'll attack with Sephiroth just so that I can ping our opponent for a little bit more. Voice of Victory is good. Unfortunately, we're most likely going to lose Sephiroth, you know. But we're getting a bunch of life and pinging our opponent, so that was a crazy game. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is going to be another deck tech, and as you can see for the name, or by the name, or whatever you say it in English, it's basically a new version, well, new, of the Sephiroth sacrifice deck that we already know and we all love that. I'm sure we all love that. So since we all know by now what a sacrifice deck does, and if you're new to the game, you can go in my channel and watch one of the many videos I have with this deck. Basically every time a new set comes out, I try to do something different with this deck, or I go get a deck online that did something different with this deck. So I'm just going to talk about the new additions from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So we have Featherbrained Filcher, we have Dream Beavers, Leonardo Cutting Edge, and we have Dark Leo and Shredder, and obviously Ninja Teen. I'm just going to explain why I feel like these cards work well with the rest of the sacrifice strategy. Featherbrained Filcher is a 0-2 flyer, costs just 1. You can play it on turn 1, it can be your first play of the game. You can attack on turn 2. It will most likely be blocked if your opponents can block it because it's a 0-2, but at the same time a lot of people just let it go. And if you have like a Leonardo Cutting Edge or a Dark Leo and Shredder on your hand, you can immediately play it on turn 2 for their sneak costs, immediately starting to reap the benefits of playing cards like Dark Leo and Shredder. So Dark Leo and Shredder costs 2, it's a 1-3, you can sneak it out, which basically is a pseudo ninjutsu for 2 as well, 1 white, 1 black, and attacking ninjas you control have that touch. Whenever Dark Leo and Shredder deal combat damage to a player, create a 1-1 black ninja creature token. Then if you control 5 or more ninjas, that player loses half their life rounded up. So you need to control 5 ninjas, which is not that difficult because this counts as 1, Leonardo Cutting Edge counts as another, and then you just need to create 3 more ninja tokens. And when you do that, when Dark Leo and Shredder deals combat damage, your opponent loses half of their life, which is pretty decent. Leonardo Cutting Edge has sneak 1 white, it has lifelink, and whenever you gain life, put a 1-1 counter on Leonardo, and this works perfectly because you have cards like Featherbrained Filcher that when it leaves the battlefield creates a food token. So if you sneak one of these two for Featherbrained Filcher, what a name, you will create a token that you can later pay 2, sacrifice it and gain 3 life. Dream Beavers also works perfectly in this deck because when it enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life, so it synergizes with Leonardo, it synergizes with the rest of the deck. And then you have Ninja Teen that pretty much does what Vengeful Bloodwitch does. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. It doesn't make you gain 1 life, but then you can level it up, and creatures you control get +1/+0 and have menace, and you pay 1, level 3, creature cards in your graveyard have sneak 4. So it's kind of like a Raise the Past but impermanent style. So the rest is pretty much the same. Basically we added 1 more Vengeful Bloodwitch / SEPHIROTH trigger, we added a little bit of life gain, more token creation, and a little bit more evasion with a little bit more scrying as well. So this is the deck. Let me know if there are any other cards from the newer set especially that you think are missing. At the end, in the final thoughts, I make a couple changes to the deck and I come up with a list that I think makes a little bit more sense that I will try out in the end. Not in the end of the video, but I will try out after. Let me know what you guys think of the deck. Let me know if you guys are gonna try this out. If you try this out, let me know if it worked for you, what changes you make, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get in some games. Beto HP Veteran Brawler is our first opponent on ranked. Let's see how this performs. I don't dislike this. It's going first, so we can sim rip something turn 1 if we want to. We can turn to Vengeful Bloodwitch or Color Zealot, so I think it's decent at least. Oh, god damn it. You see blue and you immediately go, god damn it. No one wants this in their life right now. The world has enough problems. So I'm gonna go with the Voice of Victory. It's gonna get countered. There you go. So it's gonna be what? The Monument deck? Or is it just even crappier mono blue? It's either or. Okay. I will go with the Bloodwitch. I know it's more important, but I kind of want to protect the Zealot first. Maybe I should get... This is a Vampire Warlock, but we have a lot of humans, so maybe I should get the... That's not bad. Another one of these. Cavern of Souls here, because a lot of our creatures are humans, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. That's a mutant, that's an elemental, mutant, a ninja, human, vampire. So we also have 2 vampires at least. Human, mutant, human as well. So that's pretty decent. Maybe it's a good shout. Yeah, man, screw it. Let's go with the Voice of Victory again. Our opponent's gonna be Bellion and counters. So that's our opponent's game plan, I'm sure. But the more counters he goes through, the, you know, the less chances he has of, you know, not missing 1 or 2 cards that we play, I guess. I don't even know what I'm saying. So we're gonna scry, let's see what we get. Sure, I can go with Ninja Teen, but I'm fairly certain it's just gonna get countered, so who cares, right? Counter and something to draw, I'm sure. So we'll do this. I can block the Bellion with the Dream Beavers if I want to. Yeah, our opponent did nothing. I'm gonna go with Ninja Teen, first and foremost. Okay. So the intention is to get the counter he needs, because he had a land, and he got it. No. Let's see if he gets it now. Okay, I guess he did not. I am fine with that. We'll take the attack, and we'll just pass turn. Well, the game auto passes, we have nothing to do. Okay, so our opponent is not drawing the best cards, I guess. Still no blocks. I'll take 2 again. But for him to be attacking, don't know if I trust that. I will try and do this. Let's see. And now I'll play the Dream Beavers again. Getting another... I don't want this land, actually. I want land, but not that one. So... now we have a 3/3 with lifelink for our opponent to worry about. That's pretty decent. And I don't know if it's our opponent's top decks or whatever it is, but we are being a little bit lucky with them, I guess. And we got the win. Let's get into another one. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2 on ranked. I've been playing with this deck for like, I don't know, maybe a day or 2. Only on play, so I like this hand, but at the same time I have nothing to go with Dark Leo and Shredder, but I will keep... We have control, we can play just Artcast the Shredder, so it's fine. I was gonna play the Courtyard, so that was on me. And we also have Sephiroth and Ninja Teen, which are fantastic cards. If we get a 1-drop, we'll play it. We did not. So I think the card to go is definitely Dark Leo and Shredder, because when we attack with it, it gains Death Touch. So our opponent's gonna play... Oh, it's an Overlord. Okay, I was gonna say it would be definitely be a cup, but the Overlord is also interesting. I'll go with Ninja Teen right now, just so that I can start pinging our opponents, you know. Then I'll probably... Well, I have to kill that Overlord now. And... Okay, I'll go with that. And I really don't want to put any of these. Let me think, because this will have Death Touch, so I don't know if he will actually play with it or not. You know what? I'm gonna attack. If he blocks, he did not, because it has Death Touch, so it's kind of safe. Plus now we have a blocker there, and I think Vengeful Bloodwitch is the card to go. Like, we can try and block the Overlord with 1/1 Ninja token. That will ping our opponent for 2 because of the Vengeful Bloodwitch and the Ninja team. And we'll see what happens next turn, I guess. Like, this will give our opponent a lot of mana, but there's not a lot I can do, so... Moonshadow, I don't think gets triggered, even though technically tokens go to the graveyard first. It's a weird thing that someone explained once. I cannot re-explain it, but that idea just caught my head, let's put it that way. So we're gonna have another blocker, and I'm gonna go with the Umbral color Zealot in order to kind of try and protect our creatures. Okay, so we're gonna get another token that we can use to block and ping our opponents. They're going to have 2 overlords. We have a Bitter Triumph here. We can also nesting bot. You know, there's a lot of things we can do. Right now we can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can actually kill our opponent right now. So let me do something here, because I'm fairly certain we can kill our opponent, because we're pinging him for 2. You know, every creature that goes out, our opponent loses 2, and he was on exactly 12, so I'm just gonna do this. I was not expecting a doppelgang, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. That is interesting though. Okay, so we're gonna just keep doing this until our opponent realizes what's gonna happen. We have still 3 more creatures, exactly 3 more creatures to take out. And we're gonna do exactly that. So our opponent goes to 2, he's completely tapped out, and we just take out the Moonshadow, and we win the game. So there we go. Ninja team came in clutch with the Vengeful Bloodwitch. This was an interesting matchup. Let's see what happens next. Our first game on Gold 2 was a loss against the Goblin deck. They outpinged us. I also kind of killed myself with the Godless Shrines. I lost 4 more life, but I didn't really get anything to do, so that's what we get. I will go with this because I want to Dark Leo and Shredder as soon as possible. Lanoir Elf or the Chocobo? The 0/1 Birdie. Oh, neither. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I could Sim Rip, but I think I want to Leo and Shredder. I doubt our opponent will block. We also have a Bitter Triumph, so that's 2 things to make our opponent's life a little bit worse. Plus we'll get another level on the Start Your Engines emblem, or whatever this is called. Let's see how this one goes. I don't know what our opponent is playing with. I'm assuming it's creature based, but it also plays with blue, so we'll see depending on what our opponent does. Okay, it's a Druneth deck. Interesting. So I'm gonna Sim Rip the Paw Patch Recruit, I think. First I'm gonna attack, first and foremost. I doubt he blocks. Yep. And I kinda have to Sim Rip the Paw Patch Recruit, because that's just gonna make things bigger. Druneth is already gonna be a 2/2, so... And I will play Nesting Bot, but only because we have a Sephiroth, so We can actually use the nesting bot to block now if you want to, even though I doubt I will. So if he plays a 2-2, we can Badger Mole Cub now. That sucks. It would suck to have 2 cubs. Okay, that's interesting. So, first and foremost, I'll attack with those 3 because they gain that touch. I do not believe our opponent will block once again. And then I will try and Sephiroth, I think. Or we can just win. That's also an extremely good option that I will always take. Let's see what happens next. We just lost against the Shockable Mono Green deck. People really love to play the same thing over and over and over again, and the shuffler really loves to shuffle. Shuffle terribly, but shuffle nonetheless. So, this hand is a little bit better. I'll take out the Voice of Victory. Hopefully we'll get it back as soon as we draw a card, which is also nice. Seam Rip, that's brilliant. Guess it's an Aura's deck or something like that. So we're gonna go with Nesting Bot now, and let's see if this one survives. Okay, Momo Friendly Flyer. And another Seam Rip, because why wouldn't it be, you know? Like, our opponents having all the answers, all the responses is just like natural selection, you know what I mean? Just normal. Okay. Sure, I guess. Just for a +1/+1? I mean, again, sure, I guess. Ah, now I get it. Okay, so... yeah, he's gonna take that either way, so... I will pay 3 life, kill that one. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna win this. Like, our opponent came with 2 Seam Rips, which is goddamn freaking ridiculous. I'm gonna play both of these cards, and let's see how many of these our opponent has an answer for. You know what I mean? Like, both of these cards can do some damage. Let's see. A board wipe or something, and more Seam Rips. Okay, Soulstone Sanctuary. So nothing, I guess. I'm going to attack with both. He gains life. I will Sephiroth now. I'll take that one out. Draw a card. The Bitter Triumph is good. Gain a little bit more life. So let's see. We are on 15, so it's not easy to kill us. It's not difficult either, but it's not easy to kill us. Is this at the beginning of combat? It is. So I'm going to... yeah, but let me think. So I'll definitely play this. I'll attack now. I will not do that. Not for this turn at least. Okay. We are gaining a little bit of life. We are getting a blocker. And I think I will pass turn and see what our opponent does. Because we have blockers for Agent Bishop. We do not have blockers for any of the sages. Okay. I'm on 12. I'll lose. So he's putting on those. I'll take that one out. Lose 3 life, obviously. There's not a lot I can do. Gain a life back. Leonardo is now a 5/5, which is great. I don't know if our opponent will not. Okay, he just attacked. That's fair. Fair enough. What? Don't tell me is another Seam Rip, man. Like, that's ridiculous if it is. It's a Leah. Okay, you gets alive, draws a card, loses a Leah, and we get hilarious. So I will attack with Leonardo, obviously. Dark Leo, Sephiroth. Yeah, I'll attack with these 3 because I want to take that one out. We're gonna go up to 7. Leonardo is gaining life. It's a 6/6 now, 7/7. Gaining a little bit more life, creating 2 tokens, and getting a flyer, which is very good. Now I'm gonna get another Vengeful Bloodwitch, which is also very nice. And let's see, man. I don't know, like a 5/6 in the air can do a lot of stuff. Very scary. Another Sage of the Skies, so another flyer, but our opponent is only on 11 life right now. Well, he's gonna get 6 more, so we have to block there, obviously. We're getting a lot of life. 2 more, I mean. Our opponent loses 2. Leonardo is big as all hell. An 11/11 Leonardo is something great. So I'll definitely do this. I will attack with that. I'll attack with Sephiroth just so that I can ping our opponent for a little bit more. Voice of Victory is good. Unfortunately, we're most likely going to lose Sephiroth, you know. But we're getting a bunch of life and pinging our opponent, so that was a crazy game. Our opponent annoyed the living crap out of me. Let's get into another one. Okay, let's see if we can get 1 win in a much higher ranking. Behor, I think. Behor. I have no idea. So, sure, we can take this one. It has a little bit of removal, has a little bit of what the deck wants to do. We're gonna start scrying just to see what's up. Watery Grave. This might be Cavaer or something like that, no? Yeah, either that or like demons or whatever. I think I'm gonna go with Godless Shrine tap and Sim Rip on the terminus of return. And let's see. Because I don't want our opponent to have a crap ton of mana, so I will just go with that. Actually, no. I'll go with that. So that when our opponent starts killing our stuff, we will have a better way of dealing with it. Moonshadow, another Vengeful Bloodwitch. I'm saving that because there's no point in playing anything else. There's no point in playing that swamp, I mean. So who's gonna die? Moonshadow, most likely. Yeah, opponent just has a huge beast. Summon Bahamut there. Ooh, okay. So that is different. That is definitely a different one. Okay, so I will attack with all 3. I'll play with, I'll put Sephiroth on the battlefield. I'll take out one of the dream thingies. More land, because that's exactly what this deck is all about, you know? Beautiful. Our opponent right now, unless he exiles everything, is dealing 6 to himself, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. He's taking out what? It's pretty much the same thing. Like, for me, it makes no difference. And that sucks, doesn't it? I'm just gonna discard, try to take that one out. He loses another life and we got the win. So this is basically what the deck wants to do. Let's see what happens next. So final thoughts, everyone. This is going to be very quick. We all know what Sephiroth and sacrifice decks do by now, so there's nothing new to speak about. The new cards I do believe have a lot of potential. Maybe we need to run more Ninja Teens, which I now have. At the time I created the deck I didn't, so maybe more Ninja Teens. And I don't even know, man, maybe less Bloodghast. I understand the value of this card, but at the same time I feel like it's not really doing anything here. And considering that this deck just wants to like survive, I would say add a Raise the Past to the deck. Let me see if I can find it here. It's a sorcery, costs 4, it's rare. Raise the Past, there we go. So maybe to Raise the Past here, because the only thing it doesn't really touch is Sephiroth. So with all these decks that just wipe out boards, having just one creature that Raise the Past doesn't really touch, I think it's a great way to win this. Maybe add more Dream Beavers or more Featherbrained Filchers. However, people will easily block Featherbrained Filchers whenever they can. It's a 0-2, so it doesn't really make a difference for them. I really like Dark Leo and Shredder. I really like Leonardo Cutting Edge, so you can also see if the deck works better with more than one. With that being said, they're legendaries, so they're kinda dead cards after the first if the opponent doesn't remove. But apart from that, man, it's just a regular sacrifice deck, nothing really new, like I said in the intro, except these little synergies that work pretty well together. Like you need stuff to take out, you have tokens being created with Dark Leo and Shredder, you have Dream Beavers that's not that easily blockable, you have Featherbrained Filcher that's just a 0-2, but like turn 2 you can immediately put one of these on the battlefield just by taking this one out, you know. So it works, it's a cool deck, try it out, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, this was the video. If you guys enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. It really is appreciated. We're on our road to our 350 sub goal, so yeah, really hope we can get there. Thank you for all the support, even though I haven't been putting out a lot of videos, but you know, I'm trying. I'm doing some different stuff. You'll hear about it soon enough. And that's it. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed it. Let me know what cards you change, what cards you take out, what cards you put in, especially from the newer set, just to do something different, you know, just to make things a little bit better. I will try this deck out eventually, and I will let you guys know in the comment. If you try this list that I think will probably work better, let me know as well. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one.